Go on, okay.
One at a time was involved. When his group was asked to talk about how they felt while they were enrolling others to sign up, he'd answer, what he would keep out. They were saying,
I believe this guy went to a 3 hour session, although it did say advanced course. So got him kicked out. I watched this before.
my chain.
Felt inspired. I felt wonderful. I felt great sharing
This was my friends, and I put my hand up and I said, I feel guilty.
with my friends, and I put my hand up and I said, I feel guilty. Oh, that's right. So this guy had an experience of something that he did that he's not proud or happy of. So he felt guilty, or maybe he felt guilty that I don't know why he felt guilty, but in any event, look, if someone did something that wasn't beneficial to their friend or family member and felt a little guilty about something, like, don't I want someone that don't I want someone to feel guilty so they can like get over that and put it in the past and say what they needed to say and be responsible for that and be like, I was guilty with this. Like, they were asked, like, oh, well, doesn't it make criminals better criminals? It's like, no, it makes them a contribution to where they are.
Conversation. How did it affect your relationship at the time? It was very difficult. It was considered that I was undermining the relationship and that it certainly didn't help the relationship. The experiences that we've had people come to us has been to the contrary.
Yeah, this guy said that he felt like he was undermining the relationship. That is like so responsible for someone to say. Um, and then they cut it right away. They cut it so that it makes it seem like, oh, well, he didn't. And look at the black background with the TV screen, makes it seem all on ominous. I don't know if I'm using that word right. And then they put the rabbi on again that hasn't done this. So, yeah.
Yeah.
In contrary, where one person does it. Okay, yeah, we've seen like my business broke up because I did the form and the advanced course and my business partner didn't. Um, but like, I mean, do you really want to be in an unworkable relationship? It's like, no, I'm glad that we broke up. And then I read later on that maybe it's not the best thing for you to work with a business partner. I heard someone else say, "Oh, I don't have any business partners that are assholes." Um, so that's a good standard. I like that one. That one would probably solve every single issue. Um, but yeah, if you're gonna start a business, maybe start one with your committed partner that you're married with, because you guys have financial. If my business partner that I'm not married to screws up, like that's his finances. I can't like be responsible for someone else's finances. But if I'm married and I do something stupid, it impacts my wife and has a consequence on her. So
He's saying the fixed landmark is 10 or more courses to had on some people.
10 or more courses have had on some people. Yeah, I mean, there's a 10 session seminar series. I don't know if that's what they're talking about here, or did someone do 10 different courses at Landmark? Um, yeah, 10 session seminar series is included in the 5 day, the first 5 day forum. $915 before discount. I don't work for them. I don't represent them. I have nothing to do with them. I don't even take any of their courses. Um, and if someone did do 10, which I may have hit like eight, maybe I did 10. I don't know, depending on how you count it. And I have all those 10 courses of knowledge and information. It's not knowledge, it's not information, but I have those questions, those distinctions with me for the rest of my life. So yeah, I'd rather go with those 10 done earlier in life than after. But yeah, only the form and the advanced course are the two like ones that are suggested and recommended. Um, extremely intense, extremely draining. Yeah, I mean, did you want the relationship of your dreams? Did you want the job of your dreams? Did you want the community of your dreams? Without intent, you think that you're gonna make all the difference in your state or city or nation, and that's not gonna be intense. If you really want to make the difference that you want to make in the world, I got a newsflash for you. It's not gonna be easy. It can be very, very, very simple, and that's what I got out of the forum is the stuff that I want for the nation are simple. Extremely draining, yeah. if you're committed to it, yeah, it's going to be a little draining. But it's only draining for the period of the time that the course is, and then when the course is over, it's over. And there's like, I don't have to go back and be drained more. If I want to take a separate course on communication or relationships or money, I mean, I can, but
Training experience. Now, people are running these courses to my knowledge are not.
these courses, to my knowledge, are not accredited. They are highly trained individuals that are training. There are, and these conversations have been honed for 55 years in writing with 100 people, like working on the writing together, and thousands of year old conversations. So these aren't new. I didn't invent them. The people that work with Landmark didn't invent them, nor did you invent them. They are age-old questions. Um, and on the leader body, there are physicians, psychologists, psychiatrists, uh, 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 artists, business executives. I'm missing a couple groups there, but yeah, and it's accredited by Harris Polls Interactive. 93% of people after 1 year after the forum said that they made a profound and lasting difference on the way they live their life. The other 7% of people didn't say that they didn't get that. They just didn't say, yes, I am in that 93% of people. And guaranteed if you ask them years later, they have made a difference in their life after the forum, not because of the forum, but um it is then um who did articles on Landmark? The Guardian, I believe it was New York Times or Wall Street Journal. It's one of the two, I think. Um, Conde Nast, uh, I believe there's another major publication that did something on the forum, but I'm not sure. But all of them were like, "Oh, I thought it was going to be this crazy thing, and it turned out to be like one of the best things ever and pretty good." Same thing with Joe Rogan. They're like, "Oh, like you think it's something bad?" And they're like, they ended up the conversation like, "Oh, like maybe they're actually doing good." Um, and same thing with CoffeeZilla. It was on his other channel. I don't think it was that one, but they were like, "This is the worst scam episode ever. It doesn't seem like Landmark is a scam at all." It's like the scammer on. I mean, this guy blows up everybody's scams. Um, and then on the lines of the cult, which doesn't seem to be discussed here in this video, but there's a lot of like accusations online about it. The Cult Awareness Network said that it was not a cult. The Cult Education Institute, Rick Allen Ross, said that it's not a cult at any of its course levels, and he's concerned that it might be a cult in the staff levels. And I'm telling you right now, Rick Allen Ross, it is not a cult at any level. I understand how Anne or any of the people Brian, that you've spoken to um, were concerned about that a year ago. Doesn't seem like they're still concerned about it because they're not posting anymore, at least on that topic. And um, yeah, it's not it doesn't match one definition of a cult ever. There would be like a charismatic totalitarian leader, and there's like it's owned by the employees. Then there's a president and the CEO. Then there's a board on top of the president and CEO. Then there's the court of public opinion. Um, so yeah, in no way it's a cult. And like, if I never see these people ever again, and it's 2 5-day courses. And the first rule of staff of working there, which is why that part of it is in a cult, is never step over anything. They have an ombudsperson that is paid to keep it, the people that were concerned about being whistleblowers or whatever are protected. And and it's your job as a staff member to not let anything unsaid, which is why I'm happy that Ann and Brian said what they said, and Mark said what they said, and because now it seems to me at least that is fully off their chest. They're done and over with. They said what they said. Now they're on to making amazing things happen in the world. Um, so if it's your job to make sure that you don't leave the workplace having something unsaid, um, yeah, and they're like, oh, well, we couldn't tell anybody. That's like they eliminated that excuse by the ombudsperson that's paid to, um, yeah, paid to listen, paid to report, and paid to get things done, and they have fired people, and
That's so the expertise, to be honest.
yeah, again, there's health professionals on the leader body.
Programs for young people.
There, it is not emotional. There's no emotion. I mean, people might get emotional when they hear that, good and bad, right and wrong, true and false, fact and fiction are all in the sea of opinions. Um, and if I had been opinionated in a certain situation, it could be a little emotional to me. If like, oh my gosh, like why didn't anyone tell me this before? I looked like such a fool being so opinionated. Let me go do what I need to do to be responsible for that. Holds people to weekend. They don't do young people anymore. This is gone. This program ages 8 to 12. It only starts at 15 now, which is like, as having an 11-year-old, I'm like, oh, like he didn't get it. Like all these other kids got it. And it's like, no, they they did that program and now they completed that program. And I noticed that one of the reasons why it seems to me as a parent that they did that is so that I can go ahead and give my son the questions that give him his own insights, that give him his own answers. He's not asking the question. We're not asking the question to get the answer. Anyway, I'm sharing some of this stuff with him, one-on-one with him, as opposed to him going and doing a course with a trainer at this young age. Now that my wife and I both have the forum, he can take the teens at 15. Um, and yeah, I like to have people be all the tools to be happy at 8 to 12 to 14, they saw as unworkable. Maybe it's better that kids get through what they get through in life. And then at 15, they're giving these tools, given that the parents have done it. At 15, they're given these tools to be able to like really deal with a lot of these questions and a lot of things that might be a little bit more, I don't know, private. I think basically all the things that all teenagers would deal with. Now they don't go over the I'm on my own thing because teenagers aren't really on their own yet. But they cover everything up to that point, which is like, the genesis of their identity. And most people at some point around 6 years old and 12 years old think respectively that something is wrong at 6 years oldish, and at 12 that I don't belong in that group. I belong in this group. Um, and I'd imagine that happens more like 10 or 11. Um,
For 8 years of age. At the teenage seminar, Stacey, who has an 8-year-old child, was shocked when during the information hours, landmark leaders encouraged parents to involve their children. There was one woman that was sitting next to me that night and she actually sent her 9-year-old daughter off in front of
um, Yeah, if you did do it as a child and you're frustrated about something or about them on behalf of them, and I don't work for them at all, I accept full and total responsibility for anything that you experience through that, and they listen to you, and I mean, really nothing bad happens. I'd imagine if you compared yourself taking it at 8 years old to someone else that doesn't have the form at all, that you are somewhat happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser, freer from anxiety, resentment, regret, more peace of mind than your friend is, because you had that training at 8, but they don't even do it anymore. They only do it for 15 and up. So yeah, they sent her off into another room. She was concerned. I guess maybe the dad probably did the forum, and this mom is concerned because she hadn't done the forum yet. Um,
them. I was about that for an hour and a half with total strangers. I just think that's a bit scary. Thousands of Australians walk through the doors of Landmark every year.
yeah, I mean, there's nothing to be scared of. I mean, this was years ago, and I'm sure this lady's daughter is perfectly all good with everything. Nothing bad happened. She just had a conversation in private. That's all, and it's not done anymore. They learned. They grew.
One thing, part of interviewing the leader here in Australia were arrested. That was going to take them more than 2 weeks to organise. Instead, they put up a former chief health officer from Western Australia who had participated in some of the courses, but he wasn't
The chief health officer participated in some of the courses, but he wasn't.
here in Australia in public interview.
He wasn't here in Australia. He was in Salt Lake City when he took the course, probably, is my guess. And yeah, the chief health officer of Australia doesn't work for Landmark, so they're not going to talk on behalf of Landmark. But the chief health officer seemed to have endorsed it.
Recognized as one of the top training and development programs.
Landmark is recognized as one of the top training and development courses, but they like put it in this like ominous music where it's like bad, bad, bad. It's like this is all good stuff. What are you talking about? More than 100 people, 1 million people worldwide have taken it. Um, 38 minutes in. Anyway, I hope you're having the best day ever. Peace out. We'll continue.